All right, I am recording now. I think this is take 14 of this video. I wanted to get it right. It's been really tough to get this exactly right and everything going on behind the scenes, but I had to sit down and record this. So first, of course, I'm going to say, howdy everyone. Nate here. I am so glad you are here. And I'm also definitely going to draw this out extensively so you don't know what those two questions are until far into this video. I'm just kidding, of course. Here are the questions. 1, what do you want YouTube to do for you, really? And 2, what do you want to do with YouTube? If we were sitting in a cafe somewhere and you were to bring up YouTube, I would probably get a little smile on my face and ask you those very questions because I would genuinely want to know your answers. Because what we're talking about here is more than just strategy or tactics or anything like that. It is the reason why you're doing what you're doing and the efforts, the results you're hoping to get from your efforts. In fact, I had a conversation very similar to this, minus the nice cafe part, with a client recently. And the person did have a lot of questions about details, strategies, and tactics, but I could tell pretty quickly that perhaps the bigger picture was missing. And it wasn't for a lack of intelligence or success by any means. It was actually just a reminder of why we were even considering this in the first place. You'll probably see me glance down a couple of times. I'm looking at my notes here. So with the first question, what do you want YouTube to do for you, really? What are you hoping YouTube will do for you? When was the last time you sat down and said, and actually ask yourself that question, what am I really hoping this will do for me? What am I hoping to get out of this? Because this actually isn't just about YouTube first. It's not about analytics or click-through rate or anything like that. Whether or not to do shorts, strategy, any of those things, it's about what you're hoping to get from your efforts. So I thought it'd be helpful if I shared some of my answers to these questions. In order to just share what's been on my mind and provide additional insights into what this answer might look like for you. So for me, what I'm hoping YouTube will do for me is primarily, I want to help people. There's a fire inside of me that will not go out. I am nowhere near done here. And when I talk with someone like you, with a client, like with anyone, and I see that they're doing something good, it's like I can see the future. It's like I can see where they are going, the steps they'll take there. It's like I can instantly see the strategy that will help them get there the most effectively. It's like I can understand the pain and the struggle, but I can also see the end result and why it matters so much. It's also like I can see that person facing their fears and making a new choice. I can feel the power of that person facing the dark and holding their ground. So YouTube is a vehicle for me to be able to reach people and to help them with just that. In fact, as I was preparing for this video, a quote came to mind. It was actually from my wife that I thought felt perfect in this. It's from the actress Karen Jensen. And it's, you can count the seeds in an apple, but you can't count the apples in a seed. When you teach, you never know how many lives you will influence. You are teaching for eternity. That felt like a perfect way to describe why I am doing this, what I'm hoping to get out of YouTube. Of course, I want to provide for my family. Of course, I want to create great things in my own life, but primarily it's that fire that will not go out for me. So my question for you is, what is it for you? What are you hoping to get out of this? Because it's not just about YouTube. It's you choosing to spend time and do something in the universe, so to speak, that you hope will accomplish something. And so, what is that? What do you hope YouTube will do for you? And that actually brings me to the next question here. And that was, what do you want to do with YouTube? Now, why I ask that may be a little bit tricky to understand at first, It was my way of phrasing it and basically saying, what do you want your efforts to look like? How much time is worth it to you? And how long do you want to stick to it? Because every YouTuber at some point should be asking themselves questions like these, because it's not just about success. It's not just about getting millions of views, millions of subscribers, making millions of dollars. It's not just about all of that. It's about identifying and understanding what you want YouTube to do for you. And I repeated that first question. I actually meant to say, what do you want to do with YouTube? How do you make YouTube fit you? Because you can have all of that and have nothing if it's not what you actually want. You can have all of that and have nothing if you absolutely burn out and you have to stop from what you're doing. So whatever you decide to do needs to fit you. It needs to fit what you want to do with YouTube. So in light of the earlier sharing here, I thought I would go again here and share my answer to this question. I want my efforts, there's my youngest, just woke up. I'm recording this very late at night. So hopefully that gets taken care of. Yep, sounds like it's happening. So my answer here is, I want my efforts to be automated and simplified as much as possible. I want to leverage my time and spend more time working on additional exciting projects than just this channel. That may sound funny to hear from me at this point, with the channel being the age it is, etc. It may sound crazy that I'm already looking beyond this channel, but that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want to do, because if I do, then I'll be able to come back to this channel and report on my successes, my horrible failures, and my findings here. And that is how I want this channel to be in the future, to be as simplified as possible, but as helpful and as deeply helpful with the use of my time as possible. I also, this one is quite important to me, I also want to have maximum impact with minimum wasted time. I don't have time to not be doing. I am very aware recently, and just in life in general, of how precious this is and how valuable time is. And as I was thinking about this, a particularly poignant quote came to mind that you may have heard part of, but not many people have actually heard the whole thing. It's actually by Theodore Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. I look at that and I know that my time is precious, and so I'm doing everything I can to leverage that and make my efforts as powerful as they can be with the time that I have right here, right now. So your answers to that question definitely affect how you decide to do this thing. So I guess my question for you is, what is it for you? What do you want to do with YouTube? What do you want your time to look like? And really, what I'd be asking you here is, what are your answers?